Hey,
Okay, hello, and welcome to my lovely co-host, Belinda Flaherty.
fabulous. Thank you for having me, George. Amazing.
Excellent, excellent. Now, we're going live in the Facebook group at the moment. And what's our topic tonight, Belinda?
Our topic, well, it is
How to make
how to make
2025 the best
best
year of your life.
of your life. I was saying ever. I was getting a bit excited there.
Well, look, until 2026, and then hopefully that will be even better, right?
Yeah, we
Now,
just got to make one little bit better each year. That's what we
that's
want.
right. I've had a few challenges. I've got a beautiful lounge room I was going to go by, but I've been charging my laptop and it died. And the only place I got power is in the bedroom. So
I was
I'm
going to
going
say
live from the bedroom.
it's quite the postcard bedroom in the back there, George.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm currently in Canggu in Bali,
Lovely.
and today we're going to talk about goals. Look, I think this time of year, because people do New Year's resolutions, right? And I think, that's good, but I really think doing your goals and writing them down and being clear on what you want is probably the number one skill you can learn, better than anything else.
Absolutely, 100%.
I was very fortunate. I got into goals from a young age
Yes,
because I read Think and Grow Rich when I was about 17. Because
absolutely.
actually, I was dating this girl and her father had the book and she gave it to me and said, George, you should read this. And I said, hell yeah. And I thought, wow, I can't even believe a book like this exists. I was so excited. And I'd read it from page to page and try to implement everything, right? Thinking, wow, you can actually think and go rich. I want to do this, right?
Yeah.
Now,
And can I just put a little post out? That's from Napoleon Hill. It is a classic. If you haven't read it, you should really read it. It's a great book.
that's right. But I'd like to write the book Do and Get Rich because thinking's part of it, but doing things is important too.
I
So maybe I
would
should write a
not
book.
you'd be saying that, George. I'm not surprised. Absolutely. And
Yeah,
the
because
movie's coming out, someone said, Think and Grow Rich.
of
I heard
course,
that too. There's an actual movie.
yes. So
Fabulous. Thank you for
that's great. I'd love to see the movie. What I think is interesting, I'll get you to monitor the comments, Belinda, and
Yeah,
somebody can monitor
absolutely.
them
I'm going to
afterwards.
jump into the comments. We've got live, 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 live. So yes, if you're seeing this live,
Yep. So let's talk about Think and Grow Rich. So Think and Grow Rich sort of put me on the path of writing goals down. And like any skill, the first time you do it, you're not that good at it. But what happens is each time you do it, you get better and better. Now, there's an interesting psychological thing. There's a thing called the reticulating activating system inside your brain.
no, 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 no. What?
It's
Sorry.
called a
I'm
it's
joking.
called the reticular activating system,
Aha.
right?
Fabulous.
The RAS, right? And this is very important because what happens when you write goals, you actually activate this unconscious system inside your brain. For example, I'll give you an example. Who's ever bought a car? You buy yourself a red Mazda, and then suddenly all you can see is red Mazdas. Yep, that's happened to you. Exactly. That's the reticulating active system actually kicking in. So
You
what?
don't even need to buy a red Mazda. You just have to have an interest in maybe a car like a BMW,
Yeah,
and
you
then
don't have to buy it. No, exactly.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
now that I mentioned, you're probably going to see the next red Mazda when you're driving
Mate,
along.
all I'm going to see now is red Mazdas. Thank you,
I
George.
probably won't see one in Bali. All I'm going to do is see scooters here. But yes,
I don't think so. Not in Bali.
yes. So that's the reticular activating system is very powerful. So what I like about goals is if you really define goals and you imagine them strongly enough and really get them, then you can leave it to your unconscious mind to start finding ways to get them. And then what will happen is you'll hear conversations, you'll see things happening, and your unconscious is going to go, oh, that's going to work. So the thing is, from when you're born until you die, your unconscious mind records everything, including conversations you've never heard. And that's part of a thing because I did neurolinguistic programming. Part of the thing is sometimes when kids they hear their parents arguing like over money, and they don't consciously hear it, but they hear it and then they get blocks later on about money because their unconscious mind heard it. So
Yeah.
you can program your mind even without knowing it's getting programmed. That's why you've got to be very careful when you're watching TV and other media because it's constantly just programming your mind. You want
And
to
you're getting hit by that stuff. And
Yes. What you want to do is you want to be in the right environment to program your mind for success and positivity and stay away
absolutely.
from I call it the CNN crisis network, right? Stay away from
Yeah,
the crisis network
absolutely.
that talks about all the bad stuff and just programs you to have fear and doubt and think that the world's a terrible place. So, one, hanging around the right people is going to program your mind really well, just like this group here, which is great.
Yep,
But
perfect.
writing down your goals and being really specific and knowing what you want is very important. So, I'm going to go through the most important things when it comes to goals.
And if we have any spiritual, we the spiritual, they call it manifesting.
Yeah, look, that's
Manifest,
not that's when what was that thing? Manifestation, the
manifestation.
secret, the secret. I
The
think they did
secret.
really well there, and I believe in manifestation. I do believe you need to give your unconscious mind a bit of a hand and this universe a hand and actually do something as well, not
Yeah,
just have
absolutely.
goals.
Push it along. Absolutely.
But
So,
I am totally amazed at how many times I've written down my goals, and some of them I didn't even think about, and at the end of the year I've got them. It
yeah,
does amaze me. And I've been writing goals since I was 17.
yeah,
And that's so I've been doing it for 30 over 30 years. And I've become very good at it. And I still spend a couple of days every year in January writing down my goals. I started in December this year, funny enough.
hey,
And what,
funny enough, I remember seeing one of your scrapbooks where you actually had ripped out actual pictures and got into a magazine. Like
yes,
you're like next level. We're not
yes,
just sitting there going 1 to 10, folks. We're like ripping up magazines and doing collages and the whole lot. And funny enough, a lot of that stuff you've actually achieved.
it's amazing when you think about it because I actually
It's
I
like
had a picture of a
like
house on the beach.
you've
I had a picture of
programmed
a house on the beach, ended up on the beachfront, and even though I had it in my thing, it was very hard to find a house on the beachfront because most houses have got a road in front of them, right? But in my dream book, I had beachfront, no road, and it happened. And then I had the convertible Porsche there, and I had living in Bali, so it's pretty amazing. So the number one thing of your goals, you want to make your goals smart.
Oh, the good old smart goals. George, you bring me back to my motivational speaking training days.
Absolutely. And so the first thing of goals to make them smart is they need to be specific.
So,
So,
yep, if you've got
so
pens out there, you get a gold star if you're making notes out there, kids.
the more specific you can make your goals,
Good one,
the
Tanya. Love
better, the better, because it's really, really good. So let's say you want to have a nice house, right? That's pretty general. And the
it. House.
universe, apparently there was a guy who wanted a pool and he wasn't very specific in that little pond, right? So you want to be really specific. So what you want to do is really paint the picture as clear as you can, go online, get magazines, and really find what you
So,
want because you want to emotionally connect to it and really get it. Because what I used to do is I used to imagine my house on the beach because I used to work for this company and I had to drive interstate and I'm driving in this car, long road. And while I was there, I was imagining all my goals and really focusing and going, wow, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have a car accident. But yes, I was imagining. So one thing is you want specific. And the way I see it, you've got the wheel of life. So when you're doing your goals, I think what's important is one, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Money makes the world go round. So money should be one of your areas. It's very important. And I've money in two sections. One is career and job business, and the other one's investments. Because one money is making money, the other one is creating passive income. And you
yeah,
need to create money to get the passive income. So that's the two areas. Then you've got health. I think health's very important and probably my number one area that I focus on. And that's where I've got unlimited budget when it comes to spending money for my health. And as you know, I recently went to the Cayman Islands and spent $80,000 to go there and get stem cell therapy.
yep,
Um, it was great. I feel really good.
excellent.
Then there is relationships. Your relationships aren't going to improve unless you have goals to make them better,
100%.
right? So you got your work career, you got your money, investments, you got your health, you got your relationships. Then you've got fun and travel. I'll put them into one thing, but
Yeah, fun and travel.
you got to have goals for fun and travel. What's the point of having money goals and not having the fun and travel goals, right? And I think that's very important. But also in that fun and travel goals, what I put in there, I like having learning experiences in exotic places, right? So for example, I wrote this goal down 2 years ago to go surfing,
Ah, ha, ha.
right? And because being in Bali and all that, but the problem was I had a really bad back and I couldn't do it. And yesterday I actually went out and did my first lesson and I got to stand up, which was pretty cool. I went to the wrong beach. It was so difficult. I was paddling. I'm sitting there paddling for 20 minutes straight. And I look and I haven't moved because the waves and current are pushing me out, right? It was really hard.
You're going to feel that later, Georgie. Don't worry
Um,
about that.
I've Googled it. I had to go up a little bit further. So I'm going to go to another beach this time. And I'm going
Well,
back.
guess
I'm
what?
going
Now
back.
you've done the hard stuff first, mate. That's going to be easy
And
town.
look, I stood
Easy
up for
town.
about 10 seconds. I stood there. So I got the photo on Facebook. So there
Great.
you go. So
It-
I finally, even though I put that goal in 2 years ago, I finally did it today, yesterday.
Good
And I thought,
work.
what's stopping?
Congratulations. There's a
Thank you.
little,
Thank you.
there's a little golf clap for you, Georgie. Well done.
Yep.
Love it.
So I think, fun and adventure, and I think learning experience are good. I'm actually thinking about doing a free 3-day free diving course and spearfishing in Bali next couple of weeks.
Lovely.
And the reason I'm telling everyone is because if you tell people your goals, makes you more accountable. There's a lot of people that say, set your goals in private and hide it and do it and then show people. I'm the opposite. I want everyone to know. That keeps me accountable. I don't need to keep my stuff private, but everyone's different. If you need to, that's fine. I like sharing because then that makes me accountable. Accountability is so important, right? The thing is, it can be difficult if you've got the wrong people around you. Because I know when I said that I was going to be a property millionaire, people laughed at me and it was a bit disheartening. And they said it can't be done. And it was annoying, very annoying. And I just said to everyone, I don't care, I'm going to do it. And maybe it would have been easy if I didn't tell everyone, but I'd said it and I did it anyway.
Look at someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said his whole life he's had nothing but naysayers around him, and that fueled him forward to want to do it even more. So, get out there and tell everyone your goals. Why not?
That's right. That's right. And then there's spirituality, another section.
Yep.
Whether it's God for you or spirituality or one of the universe, whatever.
Praying to the moon, bowing to the moon, howling to the moon, whatever
Yep.
whatever.
No judgment there, whatever you want to do.
No judgy town.
So
It's
that's
just
the areas. So we want to be specific. Then the next part of the SMART goals is measurable. You want to be able to measure your goals. So, for example, and this one I got, funny enough, a year ago, I wanted to get to 92 kilos. And I was 84 at the time, 92 kilos going to the gym, and I reached 91.7 just before the end of the year.
Yep.
So close enough, right?
Awesome.
I could have drunk half a litre of water and been that late. And at the time, I thought, you know what? I'm going to be able to just, try and do it month by month. And it got there, right? That was another goal that I had. So it's and measurable is important because if I didn't have a number, how do you go for it, right?
Yeah.
And what I did is I said, okay, 12 months.
Measurement in there.
Yeah,
Like
I thought 12 months, how much muscle can you gain per month? Probably not that much, but over a year, you can gain a lot. I gained a bit of fat too to get there, but that's okay. It's fine. I started off at 12% body fat and now I'm 16.5. So not too bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so next part is measurable, which we spoke about.
Done.
Yep.
A for
Attainable.
attainable. Yes.
Yes. Because, and I don't want you to be too realistic, but you've got to be attainable. So if you want to be the president of Australia and you're not in politics, you're not a politician,
Prime Minister.
and Prime Minister, and you're not good at lying,
We're not there yet.
it's not going to happen, right?
No.
Not going to happen, right? So I can't be the Prime Minister of Australia. I don't have the background, and it doesn't matter how I try, I probably can't do it. And I don't want to be one anyway.
Well, that's
So
good.
that's
That's not on your goals.
So you want to be attainable. However, you don't want to be, you want attainable, but you want to shoot for the moon because if you shoot for the moon, you hit the sky, right?
Absolutely.
So when I first started investing, if you know the
Someone
story,
just said you'd be better than Albo.
I think a lot of people do better than Albo.
I think
That's
there's
not hard.
Claudia,
That's
I
not
think there's a
hard.
long list there to the left, to the right.
Look, I wouldn't be able to do the politics thing because you've got to stab people in the back and, people ask you a question and you say a big bullshit line and don't tell them the truth. I don't know. I couldn't do it.
Someone said I'd be better than Albo. Yep,
Yeah,
Tracy,
yeah,
100%.
you would be.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%.
So the thing is, and also I want to stay live in the public group until we finish the whole goal setting, and then we're going to go deeper within our group.
Yeah, also,
Yep.
absolutely.
So attainable. But I really think you should shoot for the moon, right? Because when I first started investing, when I met Nick in Miami,
Now,
and
Nick, just to give you background, he is a trillionaire.
yes,
That's an official
yeah,
trillionaire.
yeah, the guy's got a lot of money, and he made it out of property, and he was making at the time 200 grand a year. So I thought, you know what? If he could do 200, I'm going to go 50,000 a year. And I beat that target, obviously, but there you go. It was attainable. I didn't go crazy. So,
Fantastic.
so if you're looking for property, if you want to get 5 properties, maybe you should shoot for 7. If you want to get 10, shoot for 12.
Absolutely. And that's great for our group. Now we
Yep.
got up to R.
Realistic.
Realistic, kids. Realistic.
That's right. Let's talk about realistic.
Well, realistic. So
Okay. Realistic. I wanted to get to 92 kilos from 84 kilos.
realistic would mean like I'm not going to buy myself a unicorn.
Well, yeah, no, but let's go more
I'm,
realistic.
I'm,
If
we're trying
if
to, I'm
my
trying to bring
goal
it
was
out.
to hit 100 kilos, I wouldn't be able to do that in a year.
Yeah, okay. So it's got to
Right?
be,
Yep. I mean, this year I'm doing 100 properties, right?
yes.
For me, that's realistic. But I couldn't do 300.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe, maybe. But I haven't got the opportunity to do it.
Definitely not
But
200.
the thing is, 10 years ago, 100 properties in 1 year, that would be totally unrealistic. Unicorn, there's no way I could even think of it. And even getting 3 or 4 would be a stretch. Because what happens is, as you get better in different parts of your life, things that seem unrealistic now seem very realistic in the future, right? 10 years ago, my workout routine, there's no way I could gain 8 kilos in a year.
Yeah.
I'm a lot smarter and better at doing it now, right?
Well, I mean, it's the same in this group. When I meet people for the first time and they think, oh, can I do property? And obviously we work out a game plan. And now they're on their second, third property. They're coming back saying they want 2, they want 4. That wasn't the attitude they had before. So it's really
Exactly.
coming out of their comfort zone and really, programming themselves that they can actually do this stuff.
Well, that's the amazing thing. You get one property, and then suddenly that property is growing, helping you get the next one. And more properties you have, they help you get more, and you got more confidence and more skill, and it just gets easier.
100%.
Timed.
Timed.
Timed is important. If I said I wanted to get to 92 kilos and had no time, when are you going to get there? I really wanted to push for that. And it made me, because getting to 92 kilos, the hardest part for me wasn't working out, it was eating, right? Because you have to eat enough calories. And
Yes,
having that time pressure, even when I wasn't hungry, I'd get a shake and eat it or eat more to get there, right?
absolutely.
And timed. I want to do 100 properties this year. So I'm pushing hard to get everything through council and get it done now, not waiting for another year,
Correct.
right?
100%.
That just gave me the energy to do more.
So time kind of putting that almost like that timeline on it puts that little bit of like healthy pressure behind it.
Absolutely. Now, next part is, even though you're shooting for the moon, so you can hit the sky, if you don't get your goal, don't get upset because you've always got next year. And that's the fact of it. Because a lot of people get very disappointed if they don't get their goals. I have big, audacious goals. They call them big, hairy, audacious goals. That's my goals. They're very big, hairy, audacious. And the reason I do it that way, because I like doing that. And I know that all my goals this year, I'm not going to be able to hit them all. Absolutely not. Impossible. I've got too many. They're too big. However, the reason they're big, hairy, audacious goals, because I can just grab one of these goals and just make it happen. And then when I do, I'm excited and go, wow, I can't believe I did that. Because you could play safe. I could play safe and say, I want 10 properties this year. But I'd rather have bigger goals and push harder and just pass the thing.
Well, if you aim for 100 and you end up with 50, I would say that's still a bloody good result.
Yes. I'm going to end up with 100 to 120, funny enough, maybe
Wow,
more. Depends.
unbelievable.
Depends on council we're going through. So that's good. So there you go. So that's goals.